Hey everyone, I wanted to speed run through a new install process for the updated Crab tool. Bear with me, this will be hopefully fast, and I won't go into depth with all of the explanations. I'll try to be very brief, but very clear with what needs to be downloaded, and what order, and then what kind of was added. So the first thing you're going to need is the Crab tool. You're going to go to my GitHub. You're going to click this green button. You're going to hit the zip folder. All right. What that's going to do is it's going to go into your downloads folder, and then you're going to extract it with right click and go to the zip file. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to right click your Blender and make sure it runs as administrator. And this is to install um, the Python modules that it needs in order to create its own textures. All right. So you're going to go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, Install. You're going to go where it lives. I already have a prepped place for this video, for example, but it should be in your downloads folder. You can right click it, extract it, and it'll be all in here. So you're going to install the Python file. It'll show up here. You will click the checkbox, expand it, and for the export path, it'll be the export assets here folder, and you have to do this or else it's going to be really mad at you. So if you save a blend file in the wrong spot, it'll probably complain that it can't find a certain texture. So put it in here because it actually needs the shaders folder that it's going to come with because it has the default textures the game needs. And so far it doesn't make these. These are the only things it doesn't make. Um, but I'm hopefully going to fix that at some point. So just make sure you select export assets here and then hit accept. And make sure that's the end directory for here. And for Python modules, you're going to go here where you extracted everything, click the Python modules folder, hit accept again, and then you should be good to install it. All right, you're going to open up the panel, click the Install Python Modules button. It's going to freeze for a second because it's going to run a bunch of Python and install. At the bottom, you will see that they installed successfully, hopefully. All right, now you can close Blender in administration mode, open it back up in regular mode, and you can finish the install. You never have to do the Python stuff ever again. And if you ever remount this, you don't even have to put the path here if you don't want to later. So it'll save you some time. As for the rest, you'll go to the blend file button. You'll point it at the Crab Tool Shaders blend file. This has the shaders that it uses. And these tag folders are going to be where your mod tools are. Your Halo 3 editing kit, for example, you select the tags folder. All right. And if you do not see the tags folder, you need to extract your tags from your mod tools. And there is a 7-zip file which contains all the files you need, but instead of doing it manually, there is a bat file that comes with the mod tools that you'll double click and then click a button and the command window will extract everything in the right spot for you and it'll be really fast. So Halo 3 mod tools will have this, Halo 3 ODST will have this, and so will Halo Reach will have this. All right, so once you've done that, go to Halo 3 editing kit, go to tags, hit accept again, and make sure that you've done that in the correct spot. All right. Make sure you don't select the bat like I did. All right. Make sure it looks like this. And same for ODST. And we will do it for Reach now, but Reach is not fully supported yet. It can do some props, but it doesn't use the correct shader combinations yet, and it will break on almost everything for Reach at the moment because there's so many things to program. But 3 and ODST will do most things, and if it doesn't look good, just let me know. Shoot me a message, Plastered Crab 1070 on Discord, and I'll be happy to try to figure out why it doesn't look very good. And I'll talk to my people who make my shaders because they do a great job at trying to be as game accurate as possible. And if things don't look good, then they're not happy, and neither will you. So just let me know if things break and don't look good. All right, so you have this installed now. You should be able to look at the panel here. You should be able to see all these buttons. This is for appending node groups. I tried to add some extra context. You must do this button every time you open Blender in a new scene because it uses, basically it goes to File, Append, and it appends the shaders. So this does it for you by just clicking a single button. Makes it real easy. And that's if you want to use the shaders. Otherwise, this won't work. We will ignore the import menu for now because that's new and that requires another add-on. So for now, it'll just be this new install process. Here's your tag selectors like before. different color space if you use AGX. And I also changed this to a drop-down menu because people were not including the period and getting really confused when it was angry. So I just forced it to be these two options with no room for error. Next, there is a checkbox for logging the console data files. And so what that's going to do is it's going to put that, it's going to create a log file of all the console output into a text file within the export directory. So wherever you told this to be, it's going to create a log file. And it's going to show all the color data and all that stuff. And then any errors that happen, if it crashes, and you'll send it to me if you want, it'll be within this menu. You'll go to Windows, Console. All right. Eventually, I kind of want it to log this too in the file, but I can't be bothered to do that at the moment. When you hit Start, it'll show a progress bar as well to show you kind of how it's going. And you'll see the materials start to change in real time. All right, so this is the install part for the base add-on. And then there's a new thing I added, which uses the General 101 Halo Asset Blender Development Toolset. Okay, and to install this, you basically click the green button, download the zip again, and then you'll have it in the zip, you'll extract it, you'll end up with this. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to find this IO Scene Halo. You're going to right click this. All right. And you're going to zip this up. Okay. And once that's zipped up all nice, you'll go back to Blender, Edit, Preferences, Install, Downloads, go to here, find the zip you made, hit Install. And then I think Blender's mad because I selected something, so I'll right click. Yep, there it goes. And now you'll see these new options over here. And this is great for modding, but we're not using it for modding. We're actually using it so that we can get access to the .as import menu and the .jms import menu. So at the moment, if you have this fully installed now, you can click this checkbox with Halo 3 selected, and you can click level geometry, wait a second, and then it will show all of the levels for Halo 3. And I added manually, which took a long time, the context of what those levels are. So like if it says Shrine, it's Sand Trap. Okay, if you click this little triangle, there's a search menu. So if you want to find Valhalla, boom, River World, you can click it, you can import it, and it imports as a .as file. And if you're not familiar with those files, they import really big, and they have pretty much all of the game data in it. And you'll see it's so big I can't even see it. So I'll go to View, change this to like a really big number, change this to 0.1 just for some tearing doesn't happen, and you'll see it's absolutely massive. I have to use my scroll wheel to speed up here, and it's actually contained in this giant cube. So I'll click the cube, press H to kind of hide it. All right, and then this is the invisible wall in the game that you can't pass. There's an invisible floor for that, and then you'll start to see the level. All right, and you can just go from here. You can click Start Crab Tool, and it'll start texturing it. There's things called portals, which are different loading, I believe, for loading different areas and combining areas together. And these can also be hidden, as they will not be textured because they don't have textures. So just start hiding everything if you can. You'll be good to go. And another thing that this does too, which is really neat, is if you want to have multiple levels, like let's say you want the entire first level of Halo 3, you will select and click and drag downwards, and it'll select multiple at a time. And you can hit import, it'll do all of them at once, super nice. Now you can click models and props. It'll show all of the models in the game. You can click the triangle again, say I want to type a ghost. All right, hit import ghost, give it a second. And there it goes, and here's the ghost. So it has all the in-game stuff you can't see, like actionable stuff and whatever the hell these are. The only issue with these models that you import is that they cannot be separated, as far as I know, without manual effort. And that's very tedious, and you might as well just go to Reclaimer and rip the ghost. I'm hoping to be able to work with Gravemind to add command line support so you can actually just do all this and it'll rip it in whatever format you want through Reclaimer as well, so that way you don't have these conjoined meshes. But I'll leave the JMS and .as files support anyway. So I believe that is it. If you have any questions or things look bad, let me know, and I would love to try to help and fix it. Thanks. Bye.